God is so amazing, shining through us. God is so amazing, shining through us. Would you sing that with me? God is so amazing, shining through us. God is so amazing, shining through us. One look in my eyes and you will see. God is so amazing, shining through me. One look in your eyes and you know it's true. God is so amazing, shining through you. Let us sing, God is so amazing. God is so amazing, shining through us. God is so amazing, shining through us. One more time. God is so amazing, shining through us. God is so amazing, shining through us. And as we prepare to receive Rev Todd's message, let us sing Ever in God's Presence. Ever in God's presence. Here we go. Ever in God's presence, I am filled with light, guided by its wisdom, I am led aright. There's no darkness in God, it is wholly pure. It is with me when I need it, making me feel sure. Ever in God's infinite presence, I am totally free. I am always joyful in God's harmony. Ever in God's presence, I am whole and free. Charged with healing action, its life flows through me. Nothing is incurable, all things can be healed. Faith can remove mountains so that health can be revealed. Ever in God's infinite presence, I am totally free. I am always joyful, blessed Trinity. Ever in God's presence, rich supply is mine. Overflowing substance comes from source divine. There is nothing I can lack in spirit stored. Everything I need is always ready to outpour. Ever in God's infinite presence, I am totally free. I am always joyful in blessed Trinity.
I have a pretty stock answer when people ask me how I am. Do any of y'all remember that? I am amazing. It occurred to me, I don't know if any of y'all pay attention to this. This month marks my 3-year anniversary here at Crystal Coast Unity. 3 years. The bad news is that means some of my stories may start repeating now. Yeah. Years ago, while I was running away from this calling of being in ministry, I used to walk into the bank every day to make a deposit for the business I was managing, and they would say, "How are you?" And I'd say, "I'm amazing." And so they started, when I would walk in, they would say, "Hey, Mr. Amazing." And finally one day I stopped and I was like, "You don't know my name, do you? You are Mr. Amazing." And eventually one of the bank tellers bought me a bumper sticker that says, "That's Mr. Amazing to you." They had customized that. So now I think I need to order one that says, "That's Reverend Amazing to you," which I'm going to be ordained soon by Unity. The reason I say that I am amazing is because everything that we see in this world, everything that we come in contact and we view, is an outpicturing of what we hold in our consciousness. This is a fundamental belief of the Unity belief system. Right? I mean, Patty led us this morning. Whatever we hold in our thought and feeling nature helps shape our experience of life. And so I affirm every day that I am amazing because I want to rest in amazement of everything I see. And sometimes those things that I see don't feel good. They aren't great. And yet it's still amazing because everything offers an opportunity for me to grow, for me to change. And the same is true for you. We get to decide what we're going to look at every day. This is come to full fruition. And to get ready for this week, I have been looking at The Golden Key by Emmett Fox. Some of you might be familiar with Emmett's name. And Emmett reminded me that our thoughts have two things in them. Our thoughts have knowledge and they have feeling. And so if I walked around and someone said, "How are you, Todd?" and you heard me say, "I'm amazing," would you believe that I'm amazing? Would you believe that you're amazing if I went, "You're amazing"? See, our feeling nature has to do not with our emotional state, but this underlying truth that we are living from. This has to do with our 12 faculties, our powers, and living into the faith and the truth of who we are. And so we are invited as Unity participants, as believers in this, to be very conscious of the knowledge and the feelings that we are trying to focus on in our lives, or maybe what we're not focusing on in our lives. If you don't like what's showing on the TV at home, do you get up and go get a new TV? Would that make much sense? See, what is showing up on the TV has to do with the channel that you're putting onto it. And so if you change the TV and you're still putting the same signal into the TV, that's going to show you the exact same thing that you've been seeing. What you have to do is change the channel. If you don't like what you are experiencing here in this manifest world, you have to change the program. You have to change the channel. You have to turn the other cheek and see things differently. And sometimes it's very easy to tell other people that they need to change their channel. Anybody ever experienced that? In my life, I have on occasion dealt with some depression. Anybody ever told you, "Why can't you just be happy?" How did that work? See, we get to change our thinking and our feeling nature. See, if we pay too much attention to our emotional state, because our emotional state might be of fear, it might be of worry, it might be of lack, of limitation. But do we really believe in lack and limitation at Unity? We know that there is an unlimited, inexhaustible supply of everything we might possibly need. And in order to receive it, what do we have to do? Say that again?
Be willing.
Be willing. We have to be willing to receive our good. We have to change our vibration so that we might be in the vibrational state to receive. Because there is nothing that we experience in life that is not in accordance with the knowledge and the feeling nature that we're putting out. Now, that doesn't mean that if something really terrible happens in this life, that it's your fault, right? That's metaphysical malpractice. That is not true. But how you experience the events of the world has everything to do with the thoughts that you are holding on to, the knowledge and the feeling that you are bringing to it. See, this idea of knowledge and feeling, this is the Trinity. Mind, idea, expression. Father, Son, Holy Ghost in the traditional languaging. But we know that in order to come forth with a child in this world, other than our miraculous virgin births that happen, you have to have the male and the female come together to create the child. Everything comes in threes. Two things must come together in order for there to be a manifestation. And so your knowledge and your feeling must come together in order for you to have the experience. And so if I say, I'm amazing, and I don't have the feeling underneath that, the truth that in amazement, I can look out and see all of the beauty in the world. And I can't see beauty in the world if beauty doesn't live in my consciousness. I can't see the wisdom in the world if wisdom does not live in my consciousness. I cannot see life unless life lives in my consciousness. And the same is true for you. So we have some tools with our unity practice that help us reprogram, to help us turn the other cheek, to change the channel. Don't we? What are those? Somebody yell them out to me. Meditation. We don't meditate because we're contemplating our navels while we're sitting crisscross applesauce and holding a mudra with our fingertips. We meditate so that we can get more clear on what it is we are thinking, so that when those thoughts that are in error show up, we can identify them. Right? Those thoughts that might say, I am so stupid. I am so stupid, I sent the wrong daily word to Deidrey. And I can stop that thought and I can say, no, I am amazing. And everything works together for good. See, we meditate not to stop those thoughts, but so that we can see those thoughts and see them clearly. Because all of this is in service so that we might understand and know this mystery. This thing which we call God. And we all have a God of our own understanding. Even my friends who are devout atheists have a God. Their God is science sometimes. We all have something where we place our faith. And so when we take time to pause and notice where all the erroneous thoughts are coming in, these erroneous pieces of knowledge, these erroneous feelings that we're holding on to, we can shift those. We can change those. We sit in the silence so that when divine inspiration shows up, we can pay attention and we can take action from that. Yesterday, I was divinely inspired that I needed to go and buy batteries. And I ignored that inspiration. So now my headset doesn't work. So I am glued to this podium today. Do y'all know how frustrating that is for me? I like to walk around. We meditate so that we can know the truth. We know the truth because when the error thought comes through and it comes rolling through and roaring through, we can go, "What? Hold up." And release that and affirm the truth. And that's our second tool that we have here. We have our affirmations. Have your affirmations? Everybody loves an affirmation. But affirmations don't always work, because if you just use the words and you don't put the feeling behind it, then you might as well be sitting at home reading a recipe, but not making the dish. Right? You've got to live into it with your energy and your feeling nature. Here's one that I came across this week and I absolutely love. This is from Keep a True Lent. On the 13th day, the word of the day was law. This is the affirmation that Charles Fillmore wrote. My house is set in order, and I press forward toward the goal of perfection. My house is set in perfect order, and I press forward toward the goal of perfection. And see, the ego part of me wants to go, my house is not set in order. There's some clutter in my house because, it's small. But see, this is not talking about that house. This house is our consciousness. My consciousness is set in order. I believe in divine order. My consciousness puts God first. And I press forward toward the goal of perfection. We press forward to be the embodiment, to show up as being the divine, perfect idea that is us in the mind of God. That's what our way shower did. That's what Jesus did. He showed up as the perfect idea of man in the mind of God, showing us that this is attainable when we control our thinking. Our thinking is knowledge and feeling, so that we might manifest the experiences that we want to have in this incredible playground. This incredible playground. I would invite all of us this week to consider your eyes as a camera lens and consistently focus on everything as the full expression of the Christ at that point of being, because that's the truth. And we we've gotten kind of used to these cameras now these days that have an autofocus feature. They use their autofocus feature on their cell phone, right? It autofocuses, but maybe it's focusing on Carolyn here, but what I really want is to focus on Daisy. See, when you use that autofocus, it's not always going to capture what it is you want. And so we have to deliberately focus at all times on absolute good, unconditional love, unlimited in potential. Because every time we look out here at anyone or anything else in this manifest realm and we limit them or it with our thoughts, we're limiting ourselves. Because we either believe in abundance and an unlimited supply or we don't. Yes? So this week, focus. Don't see what the appearance is, but see the truth. See God. See good. See love. Because when we constantly bring back this truth that we are seeing God, we are seeing good, we are seeing love, then we are setting our house in order. Can you set your house in order this week? You can try. If it was easy, we wouldn't have these spiritual practices. If you need some affirmations to work with, we've got some great prayer chaplains that are willing to help you. I'm willing to help you. And I would put money on if you called Reverend Beth or Charlie, they would help you too. You have all the resources you need to express as the perfect idea of who you are called to be. But we have to see things rightly. That's our word for today. Bless you, friends.
Let us sing this beautiful song by Daniel Neymar. I will follow you. I want to thank you. I want to praise you. I want to do what you'd have me do. I want to thank you. And I want to praise you. I want to do what you'd have me do. I want to thank you. I want to praise you. I want to do what you'd have me do. I want to thank you. I want to praise you. I want to do what you'd have me do. So every day of my life, I will follow you. Every day of my life, I will follow you. Every day of my life, I will follow you. I will follow you. So every day of my life, I will follow you. Every day of my life, I will follow you. Every day of my life, I will follow you. I will follow you. I want to know you. I want to love you. I want to do what you'd have me do. I want to know you. I want to love you. I want to do what you'd have me do. I want to know you. I want to love you. I want to do what you'd have me do. Yeah. I want to know you. And I want to love you. I want to do what you'd have me do. So every day of my life, So